I'm doing the lock on the gate. Boa tarde. Good afternoon. We were out this morning to an agricultural shop. Goes by many names, why we couldn't find it on a map. But it was in Alcaines, which is just the other side of Castelo to us. And what we got there this morning was lots of seeds, because now we've had some rain and we've got more rain forecast. What we want to try and do is make this look less harsh and also start to knit the soil together and improve the organic matter that's in the soil. So the seeds we bought are all cover crops, so there's lots of different clovers. I've got some herbs as well, like oregano and stuff. So we're basically just going to mix them all up with some compost and scatter them all around the top and the sides of the lake, and that will help to knit all the soil together, stop it drying out. Stop it drying out, and then in the spring, before it flowers and seeds, we can chop it down and dig it in, and it'll help improve the organic matter in the soil as well. Cool. So all I'm doing at the moment is just very roughly like taking out the tracks from the digger and just turning it over, so you can see the difference, the colour where I've done this bit here, because it rained really nicely last night. So that'll give the seeds the best chance. Then we'll sort of roughly rake them in and hope that it rains again. So we've used that whole 50 litre bag of compost just really as a marker as to where the seeds have gone, because it's dark in contrast to the sandy soil, and all the seeds are mixed in quite lightly. And yeah, he's doing a good job there, isn't he, with his hat on. But I think it looks much better now that we've just raked out the rough edges. It feels much more rounded, much more organic. So that's really nice. And he's down to the last dregs. Hopefully that'll all sink in and the birds won't eat it all. And we'll have some rain, although it doesn't look like it.
So, there the gentleman, we're having a look at some lovely trees here. The gentleman said we could film, so that was nice. And we're just having a look, see what's here at the moment. And we got some walnut trees, orange trees. We've got a nice Cordoville olive tree here, which we fancy, because all of our olives are the smaller version. We want some eating olives as opposed to olive oil. And yeah,
Got vines.
got vines as well.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
Blackberry. I think that is a gooseberry.
Gooseberry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gooseberry.
Tá, pronto, olha, muita saúde e obrigadinho. Depois eu digo lá uma coisa. Sim, senhora.
So we got an olive tree, but this time we got the big eating olives, the Cordoville, and a dark cherry, like a black cherry, and this one is a gooseberry, but it says it's a black gooseberry. So I've grown red ones and white
Green
ones. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be like the red variety, the quite sweet ones, which would be delicious.
We thought they were, when we grew them in the UK, I thought they were like purple.
Yeah,
That
which
the
is
one?
probably the black translation of.
Very nice indeed.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they're lovely
So,
gooseberries.
yeah.
Lovely.
So
So that's
yeah.
3 trees. And what, there was £7 or
€7
€7.
each. So
Yeah, so
spot
not
on.
too bad.
He said he'd be here next week, so we might see sort of how we do and get if he's got any of the lemon and the orange, and we'll remember to get some cash.
Yeah, I want to try and get one that's more established.
Yeah,
Something that's
a little bit bigger.
Yeah, he had a
couple of
couple.
years on it.
He had an orange one, I think it was, that was like maybe 5 years old, 3 to 5 years old, and it was €20. If we can pick up a couple like that,
Yeah.
then we're going to be straight into oranges next year.
Yeah, even the lemon one. That
Yeah.
one looked really well established,
Yeah.
didn't it? Rather than just like a stick.
Yeah,
It
which just
had
take a
good
little
bit
while.
of growth on it, so
So we'll come back next week, hopefully, and well, we will come back next week, and he'll be here and see what he's got.
and hopefully we'll get an orange and a lemon.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
So got plenty of work to crack on with now.
Cool.
I'm doing the lock on the gate.
It's quite a lock, isn't it? It keeps the boar out.
Keeps us out.
So that's that. We've got 3 plants, 3 trees to go with our collection. Because I think in the next week the plan is to get some of these in the ground. Yeah, we've got a nice week weather-wise, I think, haven't we? I also managed to pick up a nice wooden box. I'm always looking for a bit of a wooden box.
These are the ones that we got today, and these are 3 that I got from Lidl in the week. So we have a dark plum, a nectarine, and whoop, stay.
A pear.
Yeah, thought that. Sorry, no, a gala apple. I didn't choose the pear because this one looked better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were a good price. They were a very good price. We just luckily spotted them as we walked in, didn't we?
Well, you spotted them. I didn't even spot them because they were just like on a stand, weren't they? There.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good.
Mm.
Can you hear? Will the camera pick that up?
Yep.
All of the madronia trees, since the rain came, have come into full flower. And when you walk past them, they're all humming with bees. I can see them, so hopefully. So these are the flowers, and then I think once they're pollinated, they only last like a week or so, I think, from observation, and then they drop off. Mm-hmm. So not so much here, because I think this one's just a few days behind, but the one at the top of the land on the corner, as you walk past, it just hums, and all around the floor is thick with these spent little flower heads. So then hopefully there's going to be like lots of fruit coming from them. And these are like last year's, so these are pretty nasty, but they come out this shape and they look like strawberries, which is why the English name is the strawberry tree.
There's one down there.
Oh yes, one on the floor just there.
So, there's a couple, but yeah. That's the one. They do look like strawberries.
Yeah. They don't taste like strawberries apparently, though. They're not a big flavour. I think it's like a slight appley flavour, somebody said. But you can make a nice jam out of it.
Apparently that's... Oh no, you can make a jam out of it, but is it also...
But they're more known for making...
Jarapiga.
Not Jarapiga, the one that
the alcohol, aguardente.
Yeah, aguardente, which is the really strong alcohol that you then use to make your favourite Jarapiga.
Yes.
Darren's favourite already. Yeah.
So here we are back down on the land again, and we're going to get some vegetables planted. Elaine's going to be working on that this morning, getting our 2, possibly 3 beds organised and planted up with the vegetables that we bought the other day from the local agricultural shop. My job for today is to fill some berms. So we've got this area along here which is a swale, so the water's going to come down here and get stopped by this and get channeled all the way down here. But this berm, the high part of the swale along here, just needs to be lifted up a bit, and we need to fill it with a lot of this stuff here. So I'm going to be cutting this up, making it smaller, filling it into this gap, this space here, which is just before the berm. And then what we'll do is we'll pull all of this on top of it. Don't know if you can see, maybe from here. So we'll just make it one big mound all the way along here. So the water will come down, hit the mound, and we can grow some vegetables in here, which should hopefully get some water. So that's my job for today.
this is literally what we've just dug and scraped up from around, and it's full of organic material. You can tell this was the first one I did because I was full of energy, and this one's so full. And then the next one got a bit thinner.
Yeah.
And then we sort of went, let's go. So I'll work on them today. Yeah, could just do with a bit of filling at this end.
So yes, the idea here is to get loads of these bits and pieces as much as we can, and fill in this little trough here. Fill it in with pieces of wood like this, or anything really we can get hold of, bits and pieces like this, and then backfill that on top of it. So it will make like a hugel culture bed within the berm. This being like the swale, the water coming into here, and then this is where we're going to plant some vegetables, etc. So my job now, yeah, as I said before, is to like cut up some bits and put them into here, and then we'll pull all of this back over, and it'll be hopefully a nice bed. So I'm even going to chop up pieces like this. I mean, that might not need chopping, to be honest. That'll break down really nicely in this bed, but that'll help the bed act as like a hugel culture bed. It'll keep the water in to keep the bed moist. So that's probably okay. I can probably just chuck that straight in, but I might cut it up just to make it break down a bit easier.
Good boy. I feel like I'm ready now to start putting in the plug plants that we bought. I've sprinkled some shop bought compost on top of the beds just to give it a bit of extra oomph. And what I've got here are 2 lots of cabbages. So cabbage will grow all the way through the winter. And what we've got is, one is a smooth leafed cabbage, and it makes like a point. I would sort of say that was like a sweetheart cabbage, where it comes up to a point at the top and the leaves are smooth. And then the other one is what I would call a curly cabbage, and it's got all the ribbles in the leaves, and just both delicious. We love cabbage. We love it in as just like a veg, in soups, in stir fries, and yeah, ready to get these in the ground. So I've got my really expensive dibber, and just going to get them in and keep all of one kind at this end and the other variety at the other end, and then I'll water them in. Here we go, that's all the cabbages in. I think there were a few extra ones there. And I've planted them today because it's due to rain tomorrow. So I've given them a bit of water just to help them settle in, and they'll get rained on tomorrow. Good luck, little cabbages, good luck.
So,
I'm not skiving, I'm doing the garlic. The label, I think it says the company is Euro Sementes LDA, origin Portugal, product garlic, variety Sementes.
excellent. We'll get to have lunch, then we'll come back and plant them.
Is your berm ready?
About a third.
Oh well, the two of us on,
Yeah,
we'll whip it away.
we
But
will.
I'm keeping all the little, one that I stuck my nail through just trying to break the bulb open, and all the little tiddly ones that's inside, and I'll just cook with them. We got some huge sweet potatoes given us yesterday, which might last us until the end of the year. There's only 4, but each one is like this. We might even have to watch a few videos to see if I can keep one to make slips to grow our own sweet potatoes next year, because that would be really cool. They're from a organic garden. That's both of our beds all planted up. So as I showed you, I've got 2 types of cabbage in this far bed, and then in this one on this side at the top I've got cauliflowers, and then on the other side I've got broccoli. Then I've got a selection of red and white onions, which are the straggly looking things. And then just in this little end bit I just planted some peas, not really for a crop, but just as to see if they'll, well, to see how they grow, and also because they'll be a good nitrogen fixer. You just cut them off and then chop the foliage back in, and the roots have lots of little nodes on which are filled with nitrogen, and that makes that available for other plants that you plant in after that. So might be a nice little spot to plant something in the spring. And then we'll have other beds ready and I can stick more peas in them as we keep working along this section of land. is our dib and go method. I'm dibbing, Darren's going.
So you're dibbing and putting the compost in,
Yep.
and I'm following along,
Putting the garlic.
putting the garlics in. So yes, so there we go.